How's it going, guys? Today I'm bringing you guys a bit of a different video and hopefully kind of like a little bit of a series kind of thing, but not really. It just depends on how many videos this is going to take me to get through. But I've been getting a lot of comments lately about battling, or not necessarily comments, but personal messages as well, a few tweets, just about like simple battling strategy, I guess. So I'm just going to play this back like a few turns at a time, and I'm going to break it down, try and explain to you guys what's going on. So I mean, you guys can see the teams right here. You guys will be able to see the chat as well. It's quite a funny chat. So I just want you guys to pay attention. So like first off, you can see pretty much here's my team, where you can see it up here a little bit more clearly. So as my team up here, I chose to lead with my T-Tar because why not? And he's going to lead with his Jirachi, which is obviously, he predicted me to lead with my T-Tar, which is why he led with his Jirachi. So let's go ahead and see what happens. I think I can actually just keep it paused. Yeah, I can skip, that's cool. Alright, so he's going to go for the Thunderbolt straight away. And okay, so this is my Rotom, I guess, and they still haven't fixed the replay viewer, which is fine. So yeah, anyway, he ends up going for Thunderbolt. There's nothing really to predict there, so anyway, you can see the chat. So right here, he's going to make a switch out into his T-Tar as I give her the Volt Switch. I give her the Volt Switch expecting him either to switch or stay in. It doesn't really matter. Either way, I can get the initiative, and I know he's faster than me. So yeah, there you go. So right here, I end up going out to my Terrakion because it pretty much is the biggest threat to his Tyranitar, as he ends up bringing that in for whatever reason, and that's why I bring in my Terrakion. So here, obviously, he's going to be threatened by the close combat. Now, I make a kind of a bad play here because I expect him to want to go to Lati for the close combat. But, of course, it's kind of a bad play because at the same time, I could have easily gone for Stone Edge, which is why he ends up switching in his Landorus, which is a good play on his part. It's just really, it wasn't really a fantastic play on his part. It was just a bad play on my part. I knew he had the Landorus. You can see from the teams up here. So, really, my smartest play would have been just to have gone for the Stone Edge, or probably just to have double switched, expecting that straight away. It was kind of obvious. Josh was in this game with me, and he called me stupid, which is fair enough. So, yeah. I end up making a switch back to my Rotom now because he can only really either set up his rocks here or go for the Earthquake, or he could really go for the Smackdown, predicting my Rotom if he is that kind of set, or Sub, or Swords Dance, or whatever. But pretty much Rotom's always a good switch. So he ends up getting up his rocks, which, you know, due to a misplay on my part, he now has rocks, which is something to take into account. He doesn't get stealth rocks up because he played well. He got up stealth rocks because I didn't play well. So just something to take into account. So he's going to go for the U-turn here. Now I am paralyzed, so I'm going to get initiative, which is why I decided to go for a Volt Switch here, knowing he's not going to want to stay in because there's nothing that he can really do to a Rotom. So he's going to end up switching out to his Tyranitar as I end up going for the Volt Switch. And I'm just going to Volt Switch straight into my Scizor because I now have the ability to U-turn. Now, I know personally I run speed investment in my Scizor, enough speed investment to outspeed your typical T-Tar. Because they like to flamethrower you, so I like to pack enough speed EVs to U-turn out on these things. So that's what I go and do. And as you see here, he actually... Okay, that's a bloody Rotom. Anyway, thanks, P.O. So it switches... Yeah, oh my god, I don't get that. Anyway, he goes out into his Landorus as I go for the U-turn here, and then I bring in my Keldeo. I believe here I make a really bad play as well. So, let's see what I do. So, you guys know this this guy's team, so he ends up going out into his own Rotom. Now, the reason why I go for the Hidden Power Ice was not because he had Landorus out, it was actually because he had a Latias, which could have taken either the Secret Sword or the Hydro Pump. So I end up going for it, but he has a Keldeo, which of course could have taken any of those apart from the Secret Sword, which wouldn't have taken that well at all. It might have even killed because I am Choice Specs, but anyway, that there really, his smartest play was to go to Keldeo, but like I said, Lati is a play that you could have made, or he could have made, but he did make the better play because obviously Hidden Power Ice was my most likely move to go for, seeing as he had a Landorus out. I'm not going to Secret Sword Landorus, well, I'm very unlikely to anyway, so that's the reasoning behind that switch, and it does make sense. So anyway, right here, I end up switching out into my Rotom as fodder because something has to die. Because I made a bad play, I have to sacrifice a poke, and it's going to have to die to a Secret Sword. So I happen to end up leaving that to be my Rotom. So I get free switch out into my Keldeo now. And you can see right here, I believe I'm going to win the speed tie, so I just end up staying in. And I go straight for the Hidden Power Ice. Now, the reason why I go for the Hidden Power Ice is because he has the Keldeo in at the moment, so Hidden Power Ice is my least likely move to go for in his head. He has the Latias, which Hidden Power Ice would kill it. He has the Landorus, Hidden Power Ice would have killed it. A Secret Sword, he could have gone to Lati, but probably didn't want to risk the Hidden Power Ice. but he ended up just going to Landorus because I guess he wanted to waste Landorus as opposed to wasting his Latias. So I really kind of outplayed him there, and it kind of worked out for me. So, you know, it was not really ballsy, seeing as it was kind of obvious to me that that was what was going to happen. It may not be as obvious to you guys, but seeing as Hidden Power Ice to him was very unlikely, he decided to call it and make the switch, and I made that play and took him out. So now Terrakion's going to come in. Now Terrakion is a problem. I do have a Gliscor, and at this point I was debating whether to predict him to predict my Gliscor or not, but really the only thing he could do is double switch. Now I knew that, and I can't remember what play I make here, so let's have a look. I do end up going out into my Gliscor, as he does end up making a double to his Rachi. So again, I knew he was going to make the play, but I didn't act on it because I didn't really know what he wanted to do or what he could have done in this situation. But now I know if he is going to double switch, Jirachi would be his double switch to his Gliscor, which is odd to me. So I end up making the switch out to my Scizor, because why else would you double into a Jirachi predicting the Gliscor if you didn't carry something to hurt it? So he ends up packing the Hidden Power, which is quite kind of obvious. I'm not saying it's obvious for the set, but it's obvious seeing as he doubled in on my Gliscor, if you guys see what I'm saying. So there we go. So he ends up going for the Fire Punch now, which is quite funny, because Fire Punch is something, as you see here, I say it's not on a Scarf set, because it's kind of typical on a Scarf Jirachi set, but on a non-Scarf Jirachi set to see Hidden Power Ice and Fire Punch, that was unexpected, so he did catch me completely off guard. So I'm free to bring on my Keldeo, and I can go for the Secret Sword now. As you know, I hit pretty much anything other than Lati, so I just end up hitting him with that. And right here I'm going to send out my Tyranitar. Now I make a really bad play. He ends up going for the Surf here, and as I bring it in, which is fine. Now you see here, I end up double switching, predicting him to switch out, predicting my Pursuit, I believe, or Crunch, sorry, Crunch. So I end up going out to my Keldeo, and I get packed with a Surf. And now I've pretty much lost my Keldeo. It's kind of useless at this point now. He ends up going for the Roost, as I end up missing the Hydro Pump, which is just stupid. I should have just gone for the Hidden Power right there and then, but I was fearing him to switch into... what does he have for this? I believe he has Keldeo. Or did I kill it? I don't know. There must have been a reason. Terrakion maybe? So, even though it's really ballsy to bring in a Terrakion, it's unlikely. But yeah, but basically I should have just stayed in. As Josh said, I should have stayed in and gone for the Crunch, because he was fearing the Pursuit. So that would have been a much better play, and I made a bad play. And I lose my Keldeo because of it, and I now risk actually losing the entire match. So, I end up going out into my T-Tar. Okay, it's my T-Tar. I believe it's my T-Tar. And then right here, he's telling me Expert Belt. He's going to hit me with a Surf, and I'm just going to stay in and kill him with a Crunch this time. Because he stays in knowing that obviously if I didn't go for Pursuit last time and over-predicted, he knows I'm going to go for it this time, but I actually don't carry it, so I end up going for the Crunch. So he brings in Keldeo. Again, at this point, I have to fodder. There's nothing I can switch to because it will die. And now at this point, I can just bring in Terrakion, knowing I can outspeed everything because I am Jolly Scarf. And the only thing that I really do risk is his Terrakion being Scarf, but as you guys are going to see, I'm going to be able to outspeed him with the Speed Tie if that is the case, and I'm going to be able to win the match. So there are a few bad plays in that game there. It looks like it was a good match and it came down, you know, relatively close, and it was a good game, but on my part I made some really bad plays as a player who's fairly decent in my opinion. Like, I'm not saying I'm good at all, I'm just saying that I think I'm relatively decent. I can kind of, you know, handle myself to an extent, and I made some really bad plays that game, and I paid the price for it, and I shouldn't have won that game in my opinion. If that was a speed tie, he definitely deserved to win it, because he generally made better plays than I did, or he played more consistently anyway. So hopefully this has helped you guys out. If you want more videos like this, leave a comment below and let me know. That'd be great, and I guess I will catch you guys hopefully for another one tomorrow. So see you guys later.